Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be continuing on our lovely cherry blossom dragon in Camilla D'Erricos Pop Manga Dragons and Other Magically Mythical Creatures. I did do a tiny little bit off camera. Literally all I did was just coloured leaves in green, and I used the colours Savannah from the Castle Art Pastel tints, which is what we are using at the moment, but I am probably going to be adding in some other pencils, possibly from my Black Widows or my Caran D'ache Luminance and my Durant Light Fasts, depending on the colours I feel like we need. So now we're going to go in kind of our medium pink, which is our foxglove, which is the colour that we've used for all of these blossoms. So we'll zoom in just a little bit and kind of started. So I don't want her to be kind of like a really bright pink. I do want her to be kind of like muted. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I don't know if I will be able to get it looking how I have it in my head. If that makes sense. But we shall see how we go. So I'm just kind of starting to add this in places and trying to fade the carnation colour into this foxglove, but at the same time I don't want too much of a difference between the foxglove and snow waffle, which was the very first colour we put down on the dragon. It's just that very, very delicate, pretty looking pink. So I may be kind of jumping back and forth between those three pencils. And yeah, basically just kind of seeing what we can do. How is everyone doing today? Have you seen the weather for next week? Is meant to be in like the high 30s, low 40s in some places. Like, Christ, that is a little bit too warm for me. At the moment, my mum is in Spain, and over there it's like high 30s, low 40s. I don't want it that hot here. kind of mid-20s is nice for me. But well, you can't control the weather. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it is nice to have, you know, really nice weather here in the UK at times. But I mean, we are definitely not built for it. Yeah, our houses are very, very good at keeping heat in. And, you know, if it's really hot outside, opening the windows doesn't do anything, you know, and there's kind of no way really to remove the heat from the house. I mean, you can open the windows and lock your doors in the night when it is cooler out, but even then it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. And very, very, very few houses, as far as I know, have air conditioning installed, because it's just not really required here. I think it's 5 feet actually. They look like nails there. Yeah, they are. So yeah, we do struggle with the heat quite a bit, and it's heat. I know everyone says this, and like I know that kind of everyone in different, you know, in like hot countries and that tend to kind of just like roll their eyes at this, but it is a different kind of heat we get here. I don't know how to explain it. It's like when I was younger, I used to go to Spain every year. We had a villa out there in the south of Spain. And we would normally go out there for the entire 6-week holiday. And yeah, it was hot, but it was still, you know, manageable. Like, you know, we could still go out and do things, and it wasn't that bad. Whereas here, you kind of go out, and within a few minutes, you start feeling ill because of the heat, even though it's not as hot. Sorry, I think I'm off camera a little bit there. So yeah, I don't know what it is. You know, leave me a comment down below if you kind of find the same when it's like hot in the UK. It just seems a lot different, and I genuinely do not know why. But yeah, that's, you know, that random kind of waffle on a little bit. So I need to take Luna out for her late night walk soon. She's a little upset because Matt has gone to bed. So she's currently just laid at the bottom of the stairs sulking. The dogs aren't allowed upstairs because we have my 2 rabbits up there, and they basically free roam upstairs. And you know, we don't want to risk dog and rabbit. So yeah, they're not allowed upstairs, and obviously rabbits are not allowed downstairs. So there's that. So yeah, she's busy sulking at the moment. She's doing alright. She's settling in. She's still very nervous about everything. But you can see there's, small improvement kind of every day. Like, especially when we're out. The very first time that we took her out, we could hardly get down the road. But now she's actually quite happy, she'll kind of go on ahead a little bit of you and kind of wag her tail a little bit. And yeah, she's still very scared of things like cars and that, but she is slowly getting better with them, and it is all just time. We have no idea about her history. The only thing we know is that she was found dumped with 2 other dogs. That's all we know. But we're quite sure she's been abused. Which I don't know how anyone can do anything like that. But to any animal or anything. But especially to a dog like her, she just has the most gentle nature. She is such a sweetheart. Yeah, she is absolutely lovely. We're hoping as time goes on, she's gonna, grow more in confidence. And yeah, she'll start to feel a bit more comfortable around us. So yeah, that is a Luna update. She's called Luna, just in case you didn't know. She's a Podenco, which is kind of like the Spanish version of like a greyhound, whippet, and those kind of dogs. she's a little bit bigger than a whippet and slightly stockier, but she's still a bit smaller than what a greyhound. Well, she's quite a lot smaller than a greyhound. She's about, I don't know, 45, 55 centimetres tall. And she weighs, I think, about 16, 17 kilos. So she's pretty much a medium-sized dog. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back in with the snow waffle. Start applying this a little bit heavier. I think I want it to be a little darker, kind of around the nose. And kind of blend it into our foxglove. You know, it still looks quite white on camera. It's definitely not. You can definitely tell it is now pink. But my camera, well, I say my camera, I only have my iPad, and it does wash colours out a little bit, I find. You know, especially paler colours. So it can be quite difficult to see them. So I do apologise if it kind of just looks like I'm colouring with nothing. I can promise you I'm not. There is definitely colour going down. I don't know, you can kind of see the difference. It's very slight, but there is, you can just about see it. Just about. Ooh, why is that gone? Oh, it's annoying. It's kind of scratched. For some reason, I hate it when that happens. It's fine. You can just kind of cover it up and blend it. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it there. You'll just, we'll do something with that, I'm sure. now I'm gonna go back with the carnation. Yeah, and apparently just throw my pencil all over the place. Where's my sharpener? There it is. Let's just give this a sharpen. Okay, now we're gonna go back in, kind of over some of our dark areas. Over this again. Yeah, I will definitely be going in with something darker as well. I think possibly will be something from my Luminance set. Is it like burnt sienna 50%? Kind of something like that. It's kind of like a bit of a pinky brown tone. It's a very, very pretty colour. And I think it will work really well for our shadows. Like our deepest kind of shadows. You know, this carnation's not too bad for some of them, but like down here where we've got the really dark areas, I do feel like we need something a little stronger. Oh no, that's one of her little ribbony spine type things. Excuse me, my throat has gone so dry. I think it's having the fan on and like doing a lot of talking. It just seems to dry my mouth out a lot. Do a bit more work up here. So I have quite a lot of dragon colouring pages, books. I say pages because they are mostly PDFs that I've bought. But then I do have the Colour in Heaven Dragon Compendium and one of the Colour in Heaven dragon issues, but unfortunately it is not the one by the artist that I need in my life, which is Anastasia Caldova. Her dragons are they're perfect. I absolutely love them. Sorry, excuse me 2 seconds. I just need to have a quick drink. Okay, that's better. Right, now I want to do a bit more work on these shadows. I do want a darker colour. That one. Yeah. Awesome, I have them both out. So I have the burnt ochre 10% and the burnt sienna 50%. I love these colours, they are just gorgeous. And I'm hoping they're gonna start, to give me a little bit more depth. I'm gonna need more of these soon. So they are starting to get a little bit short, which is no good at all. So let's just try that colour. Let's try. Oh yeah, look at that. No, I just want a very, very kind of light touch with this. As it can be a little bit overpowering, especially against all of these just pastel tones we have. I haven't actually used my Luminance in a couple of weeks, and I keep doing this. It's like I go away from them and use more of my budget pencils, and when I come back to them and I'm like, oh yeah, that's I remember why these are like my favourite pencils ever. It's very, honestly, they have kind of ruined pencils for me, but in a good way. Like I do think they are just that nice. I mean, these things just keep on going. They layer and layer and layer, and they blend absolutely effortlessly. And yeah, I genuinely can't really say enough about them. So, off camera, of course. Yeah. cannot say enough about them. Yeah, they are very expensive. But honestly, I do not regret buying them in the slightest. I really don't. I mean, these took me, oh God, about 2.5 years, maybe, to get. I got them. What did I get them on? I think I got them on lay-by. From Cult Pens, because there was no way I was going to be able to afford the whole set. Just in one payment. So yeah, I got them on lay-by and was able to pay for them over 6 payments, which, I mean, in itself that was still quite difficult for me to do, but I always feel that if you really enjoy doing something, it's definitely worth investing kind of in yourself and in nice tools and supplies to use. I think Luna is coming back in here now. You coming in, Luna? Sorry if that was really loud. But yeah, I adore my Luminance and my Lightfast. They're both, in my opinion, as good as each other. And they work really well together as well. And it sounds like the rabbits are having a whale of a time upstairs. All I can hear is thundering around. Honestly, I keep asking Matt, like, when did we get a herd of elephants? It's like, rabbits are meant to be graceful and, we're known to be, like, really quiet animals. Not me too. Like, honestly, they could wake the dead. They are just so noisy. And then thundering around, charging, jumping up on places that they definitely should not be up on, and then jumping off like they're a 10-ton weight. They are definitely funny creatures. And I mean, they have such personalities. They kind of remind me, might sound a bit strange, But they're a bit like a cross between a dog and a cat. Like, that is kind of the best way I can describe having rabbits. It's like a dog and a cat combined. Yeah. So I think she is starting to come along really nicely now. Now we are kind of deepening up some of these shadows. Sorry, I keep moving the book, by the way. Just in a slightly awkward position for me to colour. So I need to just keep moving it around so I can kind of, see what I am doing. Is that underneath? Yeah, I think that's underneath. So let's do that in kind of shadow. And then work between these spines. What would you call those? Would you call them spines or something else? Like, I don't know, when I think of spines, I kind of think like really kind of sharp and spiky and pointy. And these aren't, they look quite kind of floppy and almost like ribbony, I guess. But I don't really know what to call them. Ribbon spines? Spiny ribbons? I don't know. It's a difficult one. Surprisingly, I'm not actually that big on, dragon anatomy. Like, I mean, to me, the nose is the booble snot. It's just, that just seems kind of obvious. It's not a nose, it's a booble snoot. Booble snoot. And you boop it. You boop the booble snoot. Sorry, it's just a little bit of my weirdness coming out there. Am I on camera? No, sorry, it's off camera again. Oh dear. I mean, one day on one video, I will be in frame for the entirety of that video. But clearly today is not that day. I'm just going to put just a teeny tiny bit of it on the edge of his snoot. Okay. And I need this to be darker. it's not really doing it. So pinks and browns I find just go beautifully together. I'm not quite sure why either. I am completely forgetting my colour wheel. And cannot remember for the life of me where pink and brown would sit. I mean, I guess you can pretty much get like a brown kind of any colour. You can get like, you know, red browns, pinky browns, more, you know, yellowy browns, so your ochres, things like that. So I guess, yeah, brown, no, it's neutral, I guess. It goes with pretty much everything, doesn't it? Okay, so I do still want something a bit darker. So we're gonna try and go in with Huntsman, and that's from the Black Widow set. Just in this like area here, because I kind of feel like this should be quite a bit darker. Kind of from there. Because this area is kind of shadowed by a few areas, kind of thing. It's kind of like tucked in a way, almost. So let's add that in. It's not particularly dark, so maybe I'll just kind of layer on top a little bit again. Maybe we need to go in, with like black. I don't tend to use black. I don't really like using black. I find it's, you know, it's quite flat, but in certain cases, if you need a really, really deep shadow, you can layer it on, you know, with other colours, and it will kind of just help. Yeah, that's better. Oops. Kind of like that. And then if you go back in a little bit of this one again. There we go. And then I think we'll do the same with that bit there, but maybe not quite as dark. Just to give, you know, a little bit more contrast. And then just go back over. And yeah, just kind of bring that out with the lighter. What one is that? Sienna? No, ochre. And just kind of bring it out a little bit with our ochre. So now we have a better contrast between those two places, which is what I wanted. And you know, we're just gonna basically just kind of keep playing, you know, darkening places where we want our shadows and stuff. I'm gonna go grab our fox glove again. Gonna go in with that. Sorry about that. That is the fan having a funny 5 minutes. And we're just gonna add this in, just kind of in a very, very tippy tips of the wing there. And then go back over with our sienna. And then with our foxglove. Kind of leaned it a little bit. And then do the same in this one. And just a tiny little bit. Yeah. You do not want to do too much with black. You just want to use it in very, very small amounts, just to help you get a bit more depth in your shadow. And definitely don't just use the black. You want to combine it with the other colours. you can see that's not really getting much darker. But if you go in and just very gently add that in. And a little bit more at the bottom. You can see the difference it makes. Just put in, you know, just the tiniest little bit in. Okay, so I think that is probably long enough for now. Otherwise, it is gonna take me days to upload this. Zoom us back out, and that is yeah, where we have gotten so far. I really like how she is coming on. I think she looks very pretty. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please pop them down below and I will get back to you. I hope you are enjoying it. I am absolutely loving colouring her. Yeah, like I said, these 2 pages are, I think, my favourite in this entire book. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I now need to go and get Luna out for a little bit. So I will see you all again next time. Thank you. Bye.